So, not recently, a couple of months ago, I had a dude named Ernest Akers. I don't know if that name rings a bell to you.
Yeah.
Ernest Akers, right? I had him on the Pimp Game podcast, had him on the show. So I told him, I said, yo, you play with DJ at William Wirt. He corrected me and said, no, he was that dude at William Wirt. You played with him. He didn't play with you. You played with him. What's your thoughts on that? He said, yo, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. So for those crazy people out there who ain't never heard about you from the sticks, Riverdale, who don't know about your boy, DERMARR Johnson, what's up? Give us a little bit about your name and tell us what you do in a couple of seconds.
I appreciate you having me. First off, I'm DERMARR Johnson, like you say, from Riverdale, Maryland. Played at Cincinnati, number 6 pick in the NBA draft. Played a long NBA career, long overseas career. Now I'm assistant coach in college for West Virginia, man. Just trying to get back.
I like that. So let's go back to where it all started for you, when you was young, with your moms, with your, family, sister, brother, all of that, back in Riverdale. How did you fall in love with hooping?
Well, I live like 4 houses down from the court. And that was just, that was just there every day for us to do. Now, I never knew it could be something that was like realistic to be, an NBA, or I could make money or go to college. I just wanted to be good for the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I never knew getting into the NBA was anything realistic. I just wanted to be able to get picked first at the park.
Okay. I like that. So today I was doing a little bit of research because I knew we would have you on the show. I spoke with someone who went to school with you. He goes by the name of Kevin Perkins. He was point guard for Northwestern or whatever. Yeah. I didn't know, he told me you actually played football first before you played basketball. What position was you in? He said you was nice. What position did you play for football?
Yeah, that football career was quick. I was a receiver, right? But I wanted to be a quarterback. So our neighborhood put together a team, and I was the fastest dude, but I still wanted to be a quarterback. They put me at receiver. We was running reverses every down. I started getting tore up. They started catching on to what we was doing because we wasn't that good. And it ain't last too long.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. So now you playing football, you playing over there. I think they got a cage over there in Riverdale. They got the little park over there down, 4th Street, a block down from your house or whatever. Was you dropping people off at an early age, giving them buckets then? Or you kind of grew into that, or you was already dropping them off even in Riverdale?
I was kind of dropping them off. I could always handle and shoot because, we played with older dudes. I never grew up playing Pee Wee basketball, playing on a team or nothing like that. We just played outside. Wasn't no gym around our way, so all I could do was dribble and shoot because all the other dudes was like grown men. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the hand when the jump shot come from. And then I just got tall out of nowhere and just kept my hand on my shot.
All right. So you did transition to William Wirt. Obviously, that's right across the street from your house, walking distance. At William Wirt, you played for Coach Tushy, if I could remember. How was that, playing for them and, going against people? How was that playing for Coach Tushy?
That was fun. I mean, that was the first time I really played anything like organized. Like I didn't play 7th grade year, my 8th grade year. I played, we won our championship. And that was the first time that I was able to, we had a good team that I really was like playing inside of a gym and playing structured basketball.
All right. So not recently, a couple of months ago, I had a dude named Ernest Akers. I don't know if that name rings a bell to you. Yeah. Ernest Akers, right? I had him on the Pimp Game podcast, had him on the show. So I told him, I said, yo, you play with DJ at William Wirt. He corrected me and said, no, he was that dude at William Wirt. you played with him. He didn't play with you. You played with him. What's your thoughts on that? He said, yo, bring DJ on the show. You can ask him and he'll tell you the same thing. You played with him. What's your thoughts on that with Ernest Akins?
Hey, yo, that is funny as hell. Hey, Ernest, my man, Ernest played together with the PG Jaguars too after that. But come on, man, you know better than that. Like, you know better than that. Ernest was a good player, but come on, Ernest wasn't even like the second dude on that team. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
A dude named Daryl Morton was like the second leading scorer on our team. I think Daryl with the high point, but Ernest was good. We had a good team.
Okay. Yeah, it shocked me when he said that. I was laughing myself. It was funny
Yeah,
because I
I
didn't know he
love
was going
that.
to come back at me with that.
I love that confidence. That's what's up.
All right. So now from Williamworth, let's transition. You went ahead. You went to high school. You went to Parkdale. If I'm correct, you went to Parkdale. You went there.
Blade first.
Oh, you went to Blade. You went to Blade too?
I went to Blade first. No, nobody know that because I didn't play. I ain't had the grades. I ended up staying back. I stayed back that year at Blade, and then I redid my freshman year at Parkdale.
Ah, okay. So at Parkdale, did you play at Parkdale too, or no?
Yeah, I played at Parkdale. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So at Parkdale, were you there for a year? Because I know you didn't stay there long. How long did you stay at Parkdale before you transitioned?
My second freshman year is what I did at Parkdale, and then I transferred to Newport for my sophomore and junior year.
Okay. So Newport, when you over there, and that's VA, right? You in Newport?
Nah, not Newport News. That's in like Wheaton area, like in Moe County, like Kensington, Maryland, is where
Oh,
Newport was.
okay. So that's out there in Moe County.
Yeah.
All right. So how was that for you over there in Kingston, over there playing in Silver Spring? How was that for you, the transition from Parkdale there?
That was when everything really started to take off for me, when I was just like, okay, now this dude is about to be like one of these next dudes. So Delonte Hill, the coach Chris Cheney, who was at Riverdale at Laurel Baptist, actually, he took the job at Newport, took Delonte Hill with him, brought me with him, took another one of his players, Artie Wells, from over at Laurel Baptist, and we kind of formed a team and at a private school, and we was able to travel and play against top teams in the country. But I was also able to help me get my SAT because it was a private school. So I'm having to do real work over there. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like Will Smith, like the ballet, when he went to that ballet school. Like, we walked around with blazers on, and I walked around with blazers on, my tie wrapped around my head like a headband. So that's kind of what that was over there.
All right, that's what's up. Yo, if you are just joining us, you are tuned in to the Pimp Game Podcast, and we are here with the one and only Mr. Williamworth. That's right, Mr. Riverdale, Mr. Cincinnati Bearcat, DERMARR Johnson, here on the Pimp Game Podcast, picking his brain about his career in the NBA. So now you're over there, you're in Kingston. You then went to Maine. You went to Maine, where you were, I believe you were Magazine Player of the Year or what have you. How was that over there for you when you went there? Was that surreal for you, going to Maine?
Yeah, that was kind of like a big change for me, because it's in Pittsfield, Maine. I'm first time I'm leaving the city. I mean, in Newport, I still was, living in Greenbelt when I was going to Newport, so I wasn't that far away. I was able to go home every day. Going to Maine, I'm in the middle of nowhere now, but I'm with a great coach who don't take no stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, for all the people, like when I was coming up and I was like, people was building me up, they started to try to tear me down too. It was like, okay, everything he do comes so easy for him. And then it's like, okay, well, now he not playing hard. It's like, nah, everything still come easy. But, now they try and pick you apart. So me going to Maine and playing for that coach who don't take no trash, they know I ain't giving them no questions, because they know I'm going to have to play hard if I take that sacrifice, go out to Maine play for Coach Max Good, then they know that, you know what I mean, they can't say that no more. So that's really what that was about. That was supposed to be my year of college for real, because I was gonna go straight out of high school, and playing at Maine, like, man, let me get away, focus on basketball. You know what I'm saying? Go out there, this dude gonna push me to play as hard as I can play, and I'm gonna go straight to the league. It just didn't end up happening that way.
I like that. I like that. I like that. So at Maine, you were averaging what, over 20 points a game that year when you went there, 25, 26 points a game. You was the go-to scorer. What was the
Mhm.
most, I guess, what was who was the most difficult person for you to guard? Because I know your offensive game, you had a lot in your
Yeah,
bag. Who was the
yeah.
most difficult person for you to guard when you was there at Maine?
That's a good question. Nobody never asked me that, but I don't even got no answer, because the toughest dude we played against was like a 7-foot dude, and I ain't really have to check him. He wasn't my position. The toughest person I had to guard was on my team. Cameron Butler was on my team out there. So,
Mm.
hey man, him going at it in practice was tougher than any team that we played against.
Wow, 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 wow. I like that. I like that. So while you're at Maine, you're getting the buzz. I know everybody at home know you're getting ready to go to the league. Is
Mhm.
it tough, like, I don't know, peer pressurized? Because now you're getting ready to make millions. People gonna want stuff from you, family members coming out of the woodworks, people
Mhm.
you never seen, talk about I'm your cousin, fifth cousin, or whatever.
Right.
How was that? How was that for you when you was getting ready to transition to the NBA? How tough was that, knowing that people was gonna have their hand up?
Well, I mean, and that was a part of going to Maine too, just getting away from everything and focusing on basketball. So I mean, it wasn't social media, it wasn't like cell phones or nothing like that. So I mean, it was cell phones, and I ain't had one. My family ain't had one, so could nobody really reach me out there. We had a payphone that was in our dorm that you can call. So I didn't see none of that when I went out there. It was just all basketball. But I mean, people knew, and I had good people around me. I got the same friends I've had since before I was in the NBA. Some people definitely came around, some family members, that I didn't know that, pop up or whatever. But I've always been welcoming to everybody. So I think I've been pretty good about that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. So now you're going to the NBA. You know, scouts are looking at you, coming to the games at Maine, checking you out, see if you a good fit. Small forward, 6'9", skinny, ain't got a whole bunch of weight, but got mid-range game is crazy. I know that about you. You got a
Mhm.
little bit of handle, all of that. What team did you want to go to when before you got drafted? I know you got selected to the Hawks, number
Yeah,
6 pick, or what have you. But what
yeah.
team did you want to go to?
I kind of wanted to go to Houston because we already had them DC dudes over there. Steve Francis was there, Moochie Norris was there. I grew up, idolizing, Moochie being from the area, and a lot of stuff he was doing in the summer leagues. And they play ISO ball, so Rudy Tom Jonathan let them dudes just play out aside and just take dudes off the dribble and play ISO ball. I wanted to go there and then do that. I didn't think I would. They had the ninth pick that year. I ain't think I'd get past Atlanta though. I thought either the Orlando Magic would pick me at 5 or Atlanta pick me at 6. I didn't think I'd get to Houston, but I definitely wanted to go over there and just play ISO ball the whole game.
So did you know, I mean, I know obviously you ain't know Atlanta was gonna pick you. Did you have any, like, did you work out for Atlanta Hawks or whatever?
Yeah,
Did you, or they just picked you just knowing, maybe knowing who you was in ties with and knowing, got information
yeah.
about DeMar Johnson?
No, I worked out for only a few teams. Like, cause when you're in my position, you pretty much know. I knew I was gonna go from 4 to 9 or something like that. So I mean, I didn't work out for the first 3 teams. I worked out for Orlando twice. I worked out for Atlanta twice. I
Mm.
worked out for Chicago and Dallas. And Dallas was maybe gonna try to move up and do something. So I ain't do a whole lot of workouts. So, and I feel good about my workouts. I mean, I've been preparing for this for years at this point. All these workouts are stuff that I've already been doing since I was a sophomore. So I felt good. I felt good about them. So that's why I didn't think I would be able to get past Atlanta.
I like that. I like that. I like that. Now, you played for Cincinnati. 1 year you were there. You played with Kenyon Martin. He's good. What's it like? I know I'm an Indiana Pacers fan. I hated Kenyon Martin. I didn't like him because he would shut down Jermaine O'Neal at the crucial moments, but he had a lot of heart, a lot of soul, undersized power forward. How was it like playing with Kenyon Martin?
It was great, man, and it made our team so good because you got seniors like him who's been through it, who was the toughest dude, who was the best player in college that year. Then you bring in good freshmen like me and Kenny Satterfield, both coming from the McDonald's All-American game. Mr. Basketball in New York that year, Lenny Stokes. So we had a hell of a team, and having Kenyon, somebody who, I mean, people were scared of this dude. You know what I'm saying? So before the tip, we already, got teams hard for the most part. So just watching him get better every year because he worked his ass off, to get what he got. He wasn't a top player coming out like I was, and he put in the work. And I watch him get better and better every game. He's the number one pick even though he broke his leg.
So speaking of which, Kenyon Martin breaking his leg, you guys, it looked like y'all was gonna win the championship or win the chip that year. Y'all was nice, number 1 seed, I don't know, 29-4, doing it big over there in Cincinnati. How devastating of a blow was that to lose Kenyon Martin during the tournament?
Super devastating. I mean, it's still to this day. When I moved back to Cincinnati in 2017, and you still hear about it all the time. Like everybody, they treat us basically like we won that championship. Like people come to me saying they was in school when they was watching it and crying when Kenya went down. Like for they know for a fact that we gonna win it if Kenya don't go down. So, and he went down so late in the season, we didn't have enough time to recover. We had a good team to where as though he'd have got hurt mid-season or something like that, we'd have took a few losses, but we'd have been able to figure it out going forward. But at the time it happened, we just, man, he did so much for us on both ends of the floor. It was a big blow, and it was hard to recover at that time.
So you think had y'all had a lot of time to play without Martin, y'all probably would have been able to figure your way out. Even you wouldn't have been able to. You guys would have been bounced out so quickly had y'all known how to play without Kenyon Martin.
Right, because we had a good time. If we had Kenya, we feel like we won a national championship for sure. If he would have got hurt and we got used to playing without him and figured out how we was going to play without him being there, I think our team was good enough to we still should have been able to go further in the tournament than we did.
All right. Yo, if you are just joining us, you are tuned in to the Pimp Game Podcast, and we are here with the one and only DERMARR Slim Johnson. That's right, from Win Your Word all the way to the NBA, ex-Denver Nugget. We are here picking his brain about his NBA career. So now you got drafted by the Atlanta Hawks. How was that for you, your rookie year in training camp? Was you mad that they had a system in place? Like you said, you couldn't go to Houston and have ISO ball. What's up? How was it for you, that rookie year for you where you was in Atlanta?
It was an up and down year for me. We had a rookie coach also who came from college. So he's Lon Kruger. He was trying to adjust to the NBA also, because college and NBA is totally different, So he had his ways about him that he's been coaching, his style from college. And, me, a young guy coming in there who's supposed to be a sophomore in college, I was kind of treated, like that. Their plan for me was like how Toronto did with Tracy McGrady. The first few years he didn't play, and then third, fourth year he kind of bust out and was to a star, like Kobe. Kobe started off not starting, and then he was coming off the bench for Eddie Jones, and then after a few years he kind of came into his own. So they seen that work for them two guys. So and this is what they're telling me, they trying to bring me along slowly like that. Problem is, our team wasn't that good. We losing games. We got a rookie coach. I'm not playing. I'll play some games that I won't play. I'll play some that I won't play. Like we had at the end of the season, we had like a highlight, top 10 plays for our team. I was on like 5 of them, and I didn't even play that much. You know what I'm saying? But I get in the game, I'm getting highlights, I'm dunking on dudes, I'm making plays, but then I'm just not getting like all my minutes that I thought I deserved.
Wow, wow, wow. So, do you think you was at a disadvantage with you having a rookie coach? You didn't have somebody like George Karl or Larry Brown like AI had in Philly, someone that could really maximize your skill set by being a teacher versus someone who was really a rookie like yourself. You think you was at a disadvantage when you got to Atlanta?
I do. I think that did hurt me, definitely for my first year for sure. It definitely hurt me because I heard he didn't even play young guys when he was in college. So, and he had a plan. He seen the way the other teams, did with their young stars. So they kind of wanted to model it after that. Even though it wasn't like I would have all stars playing in front of me, I thought I deserved to, play more. So had I had an older coach who was already proven, and he ain't got to play no games, he just gonna play his best players. Because some of my players, dudes who I ain't make the all rookie team, I ain't make the all sophomore team, and a lot of them guys who was on them teams are guys that they probably know I'm better than they are, but they got a chance to just get on the court and play, and I didn't.
Wow, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. So when you're there, having your way in Atlanta, going through the bumps and bruises, you had an accident, a car accident, probably like I don't know, a couple of years later or what have you. How devastating was that for your career to really catapult you to stardom? How difficult was that for you having that accident?
It was really difficult. I'm blessed to be able to come back, to be alive, and to be able to come back and play after that. But that really is what kind of probably stopped my career from going to where it should have went, because my third year was going to be that breakout year, right? So the first year was kind of up and down. My second year, I started off not playing much at all. Coach was upset with me because I didn't stay and work out in Atlanta for the summer. I went to LA and worked out with, my agent was in LA and all the guys were out there. So I was in LA instead of in Atlanta. So my first few games, I wasn't playing much at all. But the second half of my second year is when, okay, I started every game. It's like, no looking back now. You the starter, this what we doing. And we won a lot of games that second half of the year. So we were confident going into my third year. This is the year I stayed in Atlanta. Me and Coach Kruger became really close. And this is going to be my breakout year. And I got in that car accident a few weeks before training camp. And I don't play that whole third year. And from then on, it was kind of like an uphill battle. I'm taking 1 year minimum deals for the rest of my career because, they just didn't look at me the same. When I came back after my car accident, I still was good. I still was like, I still could do all the same things, but they just didn't look at me the same as they did before.
So is that DJ, is that an issue where they didn't want you to get hurt? Like maybe they felt like they didn't want you to get injured or injure your neck. I know you had like Halo. A brace on your neck to keep your neck stiff. Was it more because of that, or because I know you got the talent? Was it probably more of that, them just not wanting you to re-injure yourself again?
Yeah, I think because it was something like that. I guess it was very fragile when you got 4, fractured vertebrae in your neck, and them not. I don't know if they've seen that before, or it's just kind of dangerous because not knowing that if I get hit, is it going to paralyze me? Is something serious happen? So when I was coming back, I was trying to, on purpose, just trying to throw my body around and get knocked down and let them see me get knocked down and get back up and let them know that I'm not fragile. I was cleared to play the end of my third year. I healed pretty fast, but they wasn't taking no chances to put me out there. So, that's kind of, went from looking at me as a franchise player to now, people, just the perception just was different.
So So you as you say, you look at yourself as a franchise player. If they really gave you the opportunity back when you was playing in the league, how much do you think you would have averaged per game?
It's hard to say without average. I mean, I feel like I'd have been a multiple all-star. Like I feel like I'm a perennial all-star. Because even like the second half of that year of Atlanta when I started every game, pretty sure I averaged in double digits that for the games I started in. And that third year, I was pretty sure I was on average in the teens. And then all I was gonna do was get better and better from there. You know, I was 22 when that happened. You know what I'm saying? I got plenty of career left to, just be able to just get out and because I don't feel like I have like no kind of weakness in my position. I can shoot, I can dribble, I can dunk on dudes, I can make my free throws, I can pass. Like if all you gotta do is put me on the floor, I can guard any position except like the five. So I didn't think there was nothing that I couldn't do. Like it wasn't like when you gave me opportunity, I was thinking it up. When I got opportunity, I made plays. So it was just about getting out there.
So you're in coaching now. Let's play GM real quick. You're the GM. You DJ. You're GM. Who your starting five? If you want to put a starting five out there for your franchise. I don't know, Portland Trailblazers. Who would you bring into your team as your starting five as GM?
Who I'm picking from? Like current players, all-time players?
All-time players. Going back to your era.
All right. You said going back to my era?
Yeah, your era and this era. It could be a mixture.
All right, so all-time players. This is what I'm gonna do. Shit. Jordan at the 2, and I'm already put Jordan in. All right, I gotta mix this up. I'm gonna go at the guards. I'm gonna do Kobe and Mike. At the 3, I'm gonna go Bron. Then I'm gonna go KD 3, Bron 4, Shaq 5.
So hold up, AI aided the list at point guard.
Man, look, AI one of my best friends in the world, but you talk about Mike and Kobe.
Yeah,
it ain't enough. Like I want to play Steph. I want to put Steph in there. I want to put Magic Johnson there. I want to put Kevin Garnett there. But it's
kind of tough.
Yeah, it's tough.
All right, cool. Okay, so you're coaching now, assistant coach at West Virginia, doing your thing there, getting some recruiting over there. What are you guys doing differently? Maybe to I don't know, stop the kids from going to Seton Hall or Georgetown, GW. What type of recruitment y'all got in process? What differentiates West Virginia for those other big schools for a kid to say, yo, I want to come there and play for DERMARR Johnson?
Well, I don't know what other school can say that they got. Oh, my coach is a Hall of Fame coach. He's 3rd all time in wins. And then you got a player, an assistant coach who was like you. I can go to the #1 player in the country and tell him I was you. And I could have went anywhere I wanted to go and chose to play for Coach Huggins. And I've been through any journey that you're trying to go through on and off the court. I've been through that. I can help you prepare for that in all ways possible. And my coach has coached a lot of pros. So I don't know what other school really can offer that. And we playing the best conference in college at the Big 12.
Okay. I like that. So right now, who's the star player of the team right now, or anybody y'all looking to bring in that might be a star recruit coming in that you could talk about it here on the show?
Well, this year we ain't bring no freshmen in this year. We, with the new thing, the transfer portal, we getting guys who transfer from other schools. So I don't know where we at now, but for a while we could still be. We had the #1 class for transfers. We got a kid point guard from Arizona. That was a big grab for us. The center from Syracuse we got, that was real big for us. Um, and we still trying to put pieces together. We still got a few more scholarships that we trying to build together a team that can really make some noise this year. And I think we doing a great job.
I like that. I like that. I like that. So with you coaching, what's your goal? Are you looking to maybe go back to the league to coach for the Knicks, coach for the Lakers, coach for the Kings? Is that something you're looking to doing? Maybe like a Chauncey Billups, soon to be Sam Cassell. Is that something you're looking into doing, going back to coaching in the league?
Right now, I'm just trying to make West Virginia the best team we could be. If going back to the league is part of my journey, then of course that's great. The I'm more new to college than I am NBA. I know more NBA than I do college, but you know, I wouldn't trade my job right now. Working for my coach is a blessing, man. Him giving me this opportunity to be up here and be his assistant. I'm loyal.
I like that. I like that. I like that loyalty. So, real quick, coaching in the college ranks, is it more security than it is in the league? Because we see a lot of coaches getting a raw deal.
Yeah.
The coach for Milwaukee, he just got fired, even though we're hearing from him winning the chip with
Yeah.
Giannis. Is it more stability, more security in the college ranks?
It's a good question. It just depends on who you work for, because college coaches they get fired every year too. So when you working with a coach like Popovich, all his assistant coaches get head coach jobs. Well, they're gonna be good with him. Eric Spoelstra been a head coach for a long time. You secure when you working with like a big name coach that's gonna always have a job. Then yeah, you're secure. You know what I mean? Like right now, Bob Huggins, my coach. I mean, he's getting older. I don't know how much longer he's gonna be able to coach, but his staff been with him for a long time too. So they've been secure. If I was able to start working with him years ago, and, you're gonna always have a job, because he gonna always have a job until he ready to get out of there. But I don't know. That's a good question, because it just depends on who you're working for.
All right, all right, all right. So, the topic of today's show is Ja Morant, his second gun incident. What's your thoughts on that? I know he had the first one, came back, apologized. Now he done did the same thing again. What would you tell him if you was on the sidelines of the Memphis Grizzlies? You were the assistant coach. What would you say to Ja Morant for him to stop doing what he's doing now before he loses his NBA career?
I mean, I gotta imagine now that he kind of gets it. It's like he ain't hurting nobody, he ain't breaking no laws, but it's not something that you want. You're a role model. You got kids watching you, and you don't want to promote that. And you just got to put the camera down, man. You know what I'm saying? Put the camera down. Put the flashing guns. I know he didn't mean to flash a gun on the cameras. Man tried to move the camera real quick once he seen it. It was too late. But at this point, with so much that's at stake for him, man, I just gotta assume that he already know. I wouldn't even lecture him to death, because they gonna punish him enough, and all the money he gonna lose and endorsements that he's losing. Now, he's still young, and it's a learning experience. I think he'll come back and be better for it. He's too talented.
All right, all right, all right. So, for those people who've been following you, who've been rocking with you and all of that stuff, what would you tell, I don't know, a younger dude out there who want to be the next DERMARR Johnson, or maybe a younger female, Kobe's daughter, who was nice with it before she passed away? What would you say to those people who want to get to the NBA, starting in college, starting in Little League, AAU, all of that? What do they need to do to be on the level of a DERMARR Johnson?
Well, you got to put the work in. Like you gotta, whoever you think is work the hardest. then you got to work harder than that person, because to make it to the level I made, at the top level, it's a very, very, very slim chance. There's a lot of people out there who have those dreams, and 1% of them is going to accomplish it, right? So, you know, a lot of it is having a physical ability. But if you ain't got that physical ability, you know, if you ain't 6'9", 6'10", then you could look at somebody like AI, or look at somebody who the size of a regular person, where he one of the best players to ever play, and he looked just like anybody else, but he had the heart, and he worked harder than everybody. You know, I can't make a kid be a 6'9" guard. That's you know, a lot of that's God given. But for the ones who wasn't given all the physical ability, you just got to work your tail off, man. You got to be in that gym. You got to make shots. You gotta watch the game and learn from the people who look like you, who made it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Definitely got to put in that work. So for those people who've been rocking with you since Riverdale, William Wirt, Cincinnati Bearcats, when you was at the Denver Nuggets, San Antonio Spurs, all of that, what's up? Any final thoughts for your fans out there before we sign off on Pimp Game?
I just appreciate everybody who's ever rocked with me, man. And you know, I hope I inspired some people and made some people proud. And you know, we keep trying to get back to this game, and make some other players and their families, you know, happy for them.
All right. Now, before we let you go, tell everybody who you chilling with.
This is DERMARR Johnson. I'm chilling with Kenny D on the Pimp Game podcast.
All right, and that concludes our show for this evening. Before I let you go, I'd like to thank all my fans and viewers out there for tuning into the show, as well as my YouTube lovers. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. That's right, you're gonna go to iamkennyd and subscribe, and make sure you turn those notifications on, so when we upload videos, you are the first to get it. And last but not least, we'd like to thank the one and only DERMARR Slim Johnson. That's right, ex-Denver Nugget, for blessing us with his presence on the show. All right, see you next time on Pimp Game. You don't want to miss it. Holla.
Audio Jungle.